Content warning. The following video may contain material that may be harmful or traumatizing to some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. I am not giving medical advice or telling others how to live their lives. This channel is for philosophical, ideological, metaphysical, and comedy purposes only. Fair use. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing.
Hello again. I should have checked I forgot to check the game right before. One sec, guys. It's always the one. Okay, no, it looks good. Don't move, you son of a bitch. Okay, comment reply video time, guys. Ryuk wrote, I found your channel through the Sanity Machine. I watched one of the vids he made about you and knew straight away my man was reaching like a motherfucker. Very cringe. Keep doing you, bro. Thank you, Ryuk. I appreciate that. That was actually my Ryuk. That was originally my first approach. Was man, I'll just let that fucking retard talk. You know, as long as he's over there saying dumb shit. And he will always be saying dumb shit because there is nothing he could say about me to discredit or disprove me as a good-hearted truth or seeking truth, trying to wake people up, blah, blah. Like, he's a myth. Like, shut up, you fucking dork. So I knew people would, Ryu, be what you are, but the amount of people that wouldn't be what you are is actually way more surprising to me. I was like the amount of people that still try to justify this creepy stalker fucking pedophile's bizarre aggressive behavior. It's like, man, I didn't realize people were that fucking retarded. The Undead Hydra commented, dude, he called out a dude who admitted to grooming, endorsing, and who admitted to grooming endorsement, and the most you can do is insult a dude who is actually calling out what is wrong with this realm. I'm not insulting him on calling out what's wrong with this realm. I'm insulting him for being an aggressive, psychotic fucking weirdo that makes up bizarre lies and says stupid shit. And what? Did Derek admitted to grooming endorsement? Did Derek do that? If Derek did that, then I don't agree with that about Derek. I didn't see that, though, so I can't say this is true. Again, I don't know. I'd have to see what this dude's talking about. But he said, many see him as false, and I don't know if the docs are true or not. But as far as content creator concerns, everything he is saying about YouTubers is turning out to be true. And now, if not already, is the best time to evaluate what you believe and get the fuck away from people endorsing lying, or at least distance yourself. The drama won't help you, and he's on to everyone who provoked him. It may already be too late for many of you. Doing this after Lion left YouTube, though, doesn't look good. It could. I've already got like 20,000 fucking things to say. It's, okay, many see him as false, and I don't know if the docs are true or not. They're true, dude. What is the creepy boy got to do to show you how he's a fucking psychopath? Like, there's 20 people that will tell you how he's a stalker, creepy, weird. It's like, at what point do you go, okay, maybe it is, maybe the guy is, like, are you a truther, Undead Hydra? Do you think clearly? Like, what are you talking about, my dude? And as far as content, everything he's saying about YouTubers is turning out to be true? What? What did he say about YouTubers that turned? The dude says I'm Illuminati, shill lizard. Again, I don't watch his channel, so maybe this is true. Maybe everything he's saying about truthers has turned out to be true. Again, I can only go off what I've seen. Everything he's ever said turned out to be retarded, the complete opposite of truth. So I don't know what the fuck this dude's talking about. Lion Sword's been on YouTube for 5, 6, 7 years. I don't know how long he's been around, to be honest. I've been watching him for like 2 years. And again, I'm not 100% behind Derek. There's a lot of things he says that I don't agree with. But overall, I think I'm a pretty good judge of character, and I've been watching him for about 2 years, on and off. He seems like I never got the impression, whoa, this dude's out to get my money. I've never, if I would have said it if I got that impression. Never got that impression. The creepy boy that you're defending, Undead Hydra, sent creepy messages to his sister and got him kicked out of his house, dude. His parents gave him the ultimatum. Your YouTube channel deleted or get the fuck out. And he chose to live in a tent out in the woods. That's the type of dude you think's really just out for money and standing by what he believes in. And like, I just don't see it. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am a bad judge of character. Maybe I could be wrong, but I just don't see it, man. I'm not going to agree with what I don't see. Plus, your creepy boy's attacking me, and I know I'm not an evil shilly boo. So I automatically have to assume he's just a fucking idiot. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at how he's behaving. So yeah, I don't see everything he's saying. If everything he's saying turns out to be true, black curses and evil magic spells and lizard people and Illuminati shills named Christopher Sedaris on YouTube talking about how this is a fucking soul trap are evil demon possessed people? What are you talking about, my dude? Are you conscious? Doing this after Lion left YouTube. Lion left YouTube not because he's a money evil guy that's out to grab money and run. He left YouTube because there's a creepy stalker guy annoying the fucking shit out of him, and he probably just doesn't want to deal with it anymore. Again, he's been around for 5-6 years, whatever it's been. I've been watching him for 2. Never once heard him ask for money until recently, after he had gotten kicked out of his fucking house or whatever because a creepy boy thinks it's funny or okay or acceptable or normal to send creepy messages to people's family members. That's not a joke. That's not funny. He wrote, it could only affirm you could be part of what Lion admitted. What did Lion admit? Guys, please leave me a comment. I don't know what this dude's saying. I seen his last video and he just said he was out of it. I didn't see him admit, oh, I'm like really an evil money guy, or I don't know what this dude's talking about. If that's true, please link me the video. Tell me what he said. He wrote, unless you have a different reason to call out the sanity machine, I've got about 100 undead. Have you been watching my channel? Like, I had 485 videos on my channel. They've been deleted because of this whole debacle of your fucking homeboy over there. Like, he's a total... Again, these people don't know anything about him, and they're still following him. It's weird to me. While he's the type that calls out people's dirty laundry, they never bothered to look at his. It's like, okay. He wrote, but the sanity machine is 100% right as of his recent criticisms go. Daniel Barone replied back to Undead, no, he's not 100% right, dude. He's probably like 3% right if he's been right on anything. He says people are this and that and aggressive and this. It's like, look at yourself, dude. You're a fucking bizarre weirdo. Daniel Barone wrote back, the sanity machine is a joke. And whenever I want a good laugh, I go to his channel and let's see. This actually, I can't agree. Even though I agree with Daniel, I can't completely agree because he said here, this is not true. Well, the first part, the sanity machine's a joke. That's true. Whenever I want a good laugh, I go to his channel. That can't be true. There's no way. Daniel, I know you're being sarcastic because there's no way you went to that creepy boy's channel for a good laugh, dude. Maybe if you wanted to... no, he went to his channel. He was laughing already, and if he was looking for a channel where he wanted to feel cringed and creeped out away from laughing, he would go to his channel. But he wrote, whenever I want a good laugh, I go to his channel and listen to his psychopathy ranting, where he talks to his different sock puppet accounts as if they are different people. It's hilarious. It's hilarious, creepy, and weird. I guarantee you, 90% of his subscribers were drawn to his channel through comments left by him that were agreed with by him. It's so, I was seeing him do it. I would like go and watch a TV and I would see Angel Abstract Artist left a comment. You guys are and then El Diablo, which is his account, would come and say, yeah, dude, you're so smart. I'm going to come check out your account. It was just so creepy. Like, what the fuck? He's actually like saying... Or he would like comment on El Diablo saying, you guys should really go check out the sanity machine. That guy really knows what's going on. And then he would comment on a third one of his accounts. There's actually a page I have that listed like 15 of his accounts, ones that I banned from my channel because he kept commenting. But he would actually do that just to get subscribers. It was so creepy and pathetic. And now he's got this flock of fucking retards actually following him around. It's crazy. But, yeah, his rants, dude. The guy's so dope to the gills on fucking psych meds. The other comment the other day was funny because that was something I noticed. I noticed little things like, but again, I'm a truth seeker. Like, I'm constantly looking for stuff, but I noticed little shit like that, like how long it takes him to turn the volume up or how long it takes him to pause the video or to press play. It's just like, my dude, maybe you should get off your fucking med. Look at you, like you're, like he's really over there drooling. Dick Flinghammer wrote, plain and simple, the sanity machine clowned Derek easily, showing Dee's spiritual immaturity. You, in stark contrast, have fun with it. Maturity exemplified. By the way, your teeth look tough. No, they don't. My teeth, okay. My teeth don't matter. At the end of the day, my teeth don't matter. The fact that we're even talking about my teeth shows the immaturity level of some other douchebags out there in reality. I would have never brought, well, I can see that I have bad teeth. Like, I know a lot of my chewing teeth are missing. My fronts are fucked up. My teeth are not totally fine. I appreciate it, Dick Flinghammer, but, that's so weird. Dick Flinghammer. But anyways, but, I appreciate that, but, yeah, I don't think, Derek's not responding to it the way that I would, right? But again, I hate when people say, Chris, you should do this. So I'm not going to go to Derek and say, Derek, I mean, I've made my comments also. I've made my comments. Like, I think people are taking him too serious. Maybe they're, but again, I can't go in it. But that doesn't, just because Derek has an approach that I wouldn't do or I don't agree, doesn't mean that he's a fucking negative, evil out. I think ultimately his goal is to wake people up and help people and blah, blah, blah. But again, so if I watch his content and I agree with, let's say, 80% of what he says, but 20% is kind of silly to me, should I then dismiss him? He's evil, blah, blah, blah. No, it's like, I'm going to take what I agree with, but I'm not going to automatically demonize the guy either. Like, come on now. Because that could happen to me. That can happen to anybody. It's been happening to me. There's a lot of people in this reality don't like me. And my intention getting on YouTube from the very beginning was to wake people up, to help people, to tell people not to inject poison into their bodies. Always came from a place of love. And even me can be demonized and said I'm bad and evil. It's just like, so I see the way it can go left real quick. I try not to jump on bandwagons like that. One of you wrote, the fool is definitely not joking, but you don't watch his videos, so you would have to start there first. Unfortunately, there are those surrendering to him. What do you mean surrender? Well, yeah, if they're surrendering, I'm not on that team either. That dude can go fuck himself. Yeah, I'll be the last person in existence to surrender to. I wouldn't surrender to God. Look at what I'm doing now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm completely against the creation I am now. If there is a creator of this fucking realm, he can go fuck himself. I'm going to turn my back to him when I die and leave this fucking place. I don't even agree with the creation I was forcefully plugged into. And I'm going to say fuck you to the creator of it, while others would go, oh no, but if that's the God and that's the creator, you better be nice to him because fuck him and his motherfucking mama. I wouldn't back down from my creator. You think I'm going to back down from some fucking pathetic mental patient? Give me one sec, guys. I'll be right back. All right, guys. Skywalker wrote, when did your channel start? I can only see videos a week old at the most, and yet I don't remember subscribing to your channel recently. Years ago, Skywalker. Total, I've been on YouTube total, I think now like close to 4 years or maybe over 4 years, but my channel's been deleted. Skywalker also wrote, I gave him a chance, but once he started to delete my polite questions, I realized he's full of it and unsubscribed. If you disagree with this dude for one split second, he's going to demonize you. You're an, I would say to the dude up here that was defending him, the Undead Hydra. I would say, Undead Hydra, if you disagree with your homeboy over there, say it. If he says some dumb shit, and you know it's some dumb shit, instead of sticking by him and cheering him on, tell him, yo, Santi, that wasn't cool what you just said. That shit wasn't right. And watch your homeboy, what happens between you and your homeboy's relationship, how quick you will be demonized. You'll be demon-possessed, Illuminati, shill, evil, fucking that. And if you're a YouTube content creator, forget about it. He's going to be uploading videos about you every day, blah, blah, just because you disagreed with him. Go ahead. Prove me wrong. That's why I said to his subscribers over there, enabling this fucking mental patient. You guys are a big part of this problem. Blood Moon Palladium wrote, that's it. Sedaris is in the Illuminati. Laugh out loud. Dick Flinghammer wrote, Illuminati confirmed. Yeah, maybe I should change into a fucking lizard and prove to everybody, not only am I Illuminati, I'm one of the lizard class Illuminatis. I'll put on a fucking, I don't know, I'll order a fucking role-playing druid robe or something. Anyway, this place isn't reality. Wrote, magic is real. This world tried to make us think it's not. No, magic is fake. This world tried to make us think that it's real. Well, first we would have to define magic. Show me magic, dude. And if you pull out a fucking deck of cards, get the fuck away from me, David Blaine. I'm talking about magic. What do you mean by magic? This place isn't reality. Can you give me a practical example? Come back when you have one. T-Fetch wrote, I don't see how it's joking calling people shills. It's not joking, T. It's obviously not joking. That's an excuse used by a degenerate psychopath that's actually just an angry teenage boy throwing a temper tantrum. I don't see how it's a joke calling people shills. It's not. And trying to discredit people or stalking people or constantly bashing people. People get offended for some reason if people do not agree with them and preach their paradigm messages. Yes, there may be dirty laundry with some people online and some of those people may be reformed. Who the fuck are we to judge unless we are creepy pee-pee touching weirdos? If someone disagrees with someone else, just disagree, state why, and build the case. If someone disagrees with someone else, simply don't watch them. That's my approach to T. I don't understand this. Well, I do understand it. From the Archon Agent Boy's perspective, he's on a righteous path destroying evil. Like, he truly believes it. Trust me. If I could jump in his mind, we C33 Derek, nonconformist, forever everybody, Kismets, everybody he talks about would be evil. I would believe it. He truly believes what he's saying. The guy's just a deranged fucking retard and doesn't hear logic when it's spoken to him. He wrote, what the fuck is it to them if other people get views or a following? It's not stopping misinformation. It's not spreading truth. This is a great comment so far. T's logical. It's corny ass soap opera, high school drama, click bullshit. No, T, it's way more serious than that, I think. Again, I could be wrong. Maybe he really is just a talking retard, but I really do believe he's an agent. Like, I really do believe. I mean, the fact that the guy hears voices and is a psych patient could further exemplify that theory. But I don't know. I've sat next to people that hear voices, and I sat next to them through like whole semesters, and they didn't become weirdos and all that. So it's not the voices, man. The dude's just an asshole. You know, as far as Jason of Archaics, he's come right out and told his past in detail. Howdy seems sincere as fuck. Did he? See, that's the thing. I almost resubscribed to Archaics because the dude's, I don't know how old he is. He's in his 40s, 50s. He did something horrible. This is not something I would do. But I did some pretty horrible shit when I was a kid. Maybe not that, but I beat people up pretty bad before, but usually defending myself. I was never aggressive, but I mean, I put it on some people, and I feel bad later, like because of the mental imagery and all that. But when I was a kid, I was always around aggressive fighting people. They just wanted to fight all the time. So, but you get to the point where you just get sick of it. But he's in his 40s. Maybe 50s now. I don't know how old he is. I don't want to offend the man. Maybe 20 years behind bars. Did something to him. From what I heard, again, I don't know the dude's whole life story. I don't know if he is a good guy now. But I don't know. From what I heard, he himself drove the girl that was abused to the jail and turned himself in. So almost off the bat, it showed he had remorse. And then the years behind bars, he could be a completely different human. I really shouldn't be judging him based on something he did 20 or 30 years ago. That is a very evil act. Matt, he wrote, Matt seems okay, but permanently on a fence. Dude, Matt, to me, again, I've agreed with 90% of what Matt says. There's 10% I don't agree with. Do I automatically demonize him? No. When he stood behind the flu shots, that's when I was like, yo, what the fuck are you doing, my dude? Like, are you trying to get people? Anyways, that's when I was like, okay, well, even if I agree with everything else he said, I really don't agree with this. This is crossing the line. And I unsubscribed and haven't subscribed every once in a while because I did watch his channel for several years. I go back and I watch one to hear what he's talking about, hear his voice again. I mean, I did like the guy as a human being. Like, I watched a video recently where he was talking about his cats or something, and one of his cats, what the hell was that video? But it was about his cats. I can't really remember the subject of the video. It was just about his cats, but You know, like when he stood behind those shots, I was like, yeah, what the fuck? But anyways, he wrote, what do you mean Matt's on the fence about what? Oh, this being a soul trap or not? Technically, I'm on the fence about it because I don't know for sure. I'm like 90% on the fence that it's a fucking soul trap, but technically saying I'm not on the fence, I'm not 100% convinced. So, he wrote, if anyone was truly sincere and just, they'd want all trapped souls in this place to escape. Yeah, I agree. So you're saying, okay, so he's saying that Matt isn't saying this is a soul trap. That's what he's saying. Yeah, I agree though. Everybody, dude, I would even want Hitler's soul to leave this realm. I would want my worst enemy's soul to leave this realm. Like, this is not a good realm. Wishing this realm on anybody proves you to be a fucking piece of demonic filth. T-Fetch wrote, not start drama with anybody. Mentally healthy or not, people, whoever they are, tend to want to play victims and take the offensive, then try to play the defensive. I comment only to try to wrap or to want all... oh no, I'm reading this wrong, sorry. I comment only to try to point out that none of this drama has anything to do with the overarching reality and shit involving truth. Amen. This I agree with more than anything, which is what we should be focusing on instead. So T, I'm curious what T, your opinion matters to me. I'll say, come on now, I forgot to take my supplements today. If I took my glutathione and glycine, I wouldn't be going, all that shit would have already been coughed up and cleaned out. Just so you guys know, glycine, glutathione, get those two. Glycine's the amino acid for glutathione to remove impurities from your blood. I'd say if you got the flu shot, go and get those two, and I even take a lot of them, I would say, because they remove impurities like plastics, heavy metals out of your blood, phlegm, pus, inflammation. Yeah, I agree with that. It's like, dude, when we're talking about people's teeth and bad noses and this and that, it's like, man, shut the fuck up. He wrote distractions amongst our... T, that's why I want to know your opinion. So T, when I make fun of him, like the way I do, I say he's like a mouth breather. I'm not sitting there making video, like talking about him. I guess you could say technically lately I have been because it's the subject at hand, but you know what I'm saying? I'm not like obsessed with him. I wish he would just shut the fuck up and go away, but when I like wear the lizard mask and I do that shit, do you think that shit's okay, T? Like, I'm curious what you think, because I'm slightly conflicted now. Like, after that comment, I'm just like, man, should I be poking fun at the dude? What if he actually... And I believe he is. So it's like, I'm like, damn, maybe I should... Well, I don't know, but it's like, he's talking shit about me all the time. And again, I tried to zip my mouth, no approach, and I think it actually did wake up a lot of people. Like that other comment, like that dude realized he was a creep because I wasn't saying anything. So, but I think me saying things is waking up a lot of people too, to be honest with you, to him being a creep. But do you think my pokes at him are funny, T, or do you think that maybe I'm being cruel? He wrote, Archon making a stance. Let's focus on what we all know for sure and what ifs. That's what I think anyways. I don't give a shit what people's backgrounds are because this world fucks people up. Abuse, schizo, crackheads, MK Ultra victims, weird-ass cults. This planet is a mind fuck. I never really thought about it like that, but I would still put the degenerates in control of this fucking machine into an incinerator and cook them and turn them into ash. I would never just forgive their bad behavior. But yeah, like again, I can't... If someone was abused, I can't get on them. I was abused. If someone's a schizoid, I can't really get on them. I can poke fun at them and say, yo, you're a little creep boy and all that, but I can't really condemn somebody that hears voices. If someone was a crackhead, I can't condemn them. If someone was an MK Ultra victim, I definitely can't condemn them. They've already been condemned. The poor bastards have been through hell. Weird-ass cult members, I can condemn them. I can condemn them. What are they doing in their cult? You know, if they have a cult where they're walking around holding doors open for old ladies and, you know, driving people, old people that don't have a pension and can't afford meds to the hospital and paying for their shit or something, you know, if they're doing that, all right, cool. If they're like, and worshiping a 40-foot owl and throwing babies into its fucking fiery belly pit, then yeah, I'll condemn them. I would like to go and round them up, as a matter of fact, and torture them. Aaron Danya wrote, and why spend all your waking hours bullying people to silence them? Everyone's truth deserves to be heard with respect. Why not add some good and at least review people you like and find helpful? But no, you'll never see that from that type of person. Only negative bashing and crying nonstop. Aaron, every human, not just him, me, you, we can only project outwardly what's inside of us. If what's inside of me truly was all evil and negative, I wouldn't be able to say anything but that. The projection lord. He actually, Mr. No emotion at all other than dumb. I don't know what emotion he's trying to display when he is on camera. Emotionless. Talking shit about other people showing emotions. You're a fucking android. You're a robot. You're an emotionless, boring, dry piece of toast type of human. The only emotion you show is drool. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to talk crazy about me because I cry in videos because I'm talking about a subject that's trapping people's souls and it hurts me, and it's like, you're a pathetic little fucking degenerate. Here, she wrote, nothing but drama and using others' content for views. That's what it really is. It's he's a Kim Kardashian. He's a celebrity type thinking person. Like him, it is. It's about views and drama, and it's not about the truth. Because he watches truth channels and regurgitates what they say. He's a truther? No, he's a fucking weirdo that kind of believes in the truth. That's what's really going on. T-Fetch replied, yep. Notes from materiality. I haven't seen him comment in a minute. Wrote at Aaron Danya, as far as I have observed, it is Stephen that has been subject to a coordinated campaign to silence, and then you haven't seen everything, Notes. Then you haven't seen everything. Of which you are part of and have encouraged. Okay, here we go. Here's one of the cult members over here, brainwashed retards. I have seen him subject to violent threats. Do you watch my channel, Notes? Have you been watching my channel from the beginning of the whole debacle and you still see it this way? Then you weren't watching my channel. You're lying. He wrote, I have seen him subject to violent threats. This is actually weird. It is. It's weird. It's like I'm in an alternate universe or something. It's so weird. You've seen him subject to who threatened? Oh, like, oh, I'm going to give him a slap, or what's the name? Lion Sword saying he's going to call the cops, or, you know, I'd give him a slap in. I would. I'd give him a slap in person. But I'm not calling him personally and getting him kicked out. Like, who's really the aggressive? You know what I'm saying? It's like, look, guys. Derek's an aggressive guy. He showed anger at a camera and punched a steering wheel. Meanwhile, this creep, the one that's saying he's aggressive, aggressively calling and getting Derek kicked out of his home? Who's really aggressive? You know, it's like, you guys are interesting people. He wrote, abusive fair use, mass censorship attempts, brigading, reporting, which is against YouTube's. Okay, I don't know anything about all this. I don't even know what you're talking about. My channel's the one getting reported. I don't know if you've noticed, Notes, but I just deleted my whole channel because I got 2 strikes in 2 weeks. I'm the one that's getting reported spammed, my dude. So I don't know what the fuck you projection weirdos are over here talking about. He threats to go to the police. Multiple channels are working together to make videos against him. Why are they doing that, Notes? Did these people just pop up, appear? I make videos talking shit about this dude. Why am I doing that, though? Did I just go, oh, I'm on a cult to get rid of little Steven? No, it's because he became a psychopath and attacked me and blah, blah. Right after he attacked somebody else I knew was decent, who was forever conscious. Right after I found out he was attacking 3 other channels I was subscribed to. Well, or 4 or 5, actually. I mean, yeah, 5 other channels. It's just like, oh, this dude's a conflict creation little retard in a very small handful of truth-seeking individuals saying this is a soul trap. He's an agent. And you're not even Agent Smith. You're the little retard agent that stands next to him that doesn't even have a name. He wrote, well, as far as I can see, he has made no attempts to silence anybody. His whole channel revolves around shutting. What are you talking about? Like, are you people? Notes, are you? Well, I almost said, are you normal? I know he's a real person. Like, he's made videos. He has a channel. He talks. He's like an English dude. But I don't agree with you, Notes. I think you're an idiot in this situation. Angel of Hearts wrote, You aren't fooling nobody here, pal. I agree with Angel of Hearts. Yeah, like, everything you said was literally the opposite of the truth and a projection. Like, other people are really the ones doing what he's doing. You people over there have lost your minds. Maybe Steven is like a Charles Manson type of dude, like, like, where people just, he knows what he's doing. Bilbo Baggins wrote, your support of Derek Lionsword. With Derek, one day it is never surrender, the next it is the opposite. He reverses. I agree with. Again, like, I don't agree with everything Derek says, but this I completely agree with. It's like, how are you going to say in one video, never back down, evil's nothing, stand in your power, blah, 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 and then, hey, guys, just so you know, I'm throwing in the towel, blah, blah. I don't agree with that shit neither. Next is the opposite. He reverses back and forth completely from one video to the next on all topics because he is ruled by emotions and not reason. The other things he says that I don't agree with Derek is, like, he'll say, I've seen things that you guys can't even imagine. Or I've been places most people never reach. And like, well, tell us about, what are you talking about? Don't say, I've seen things and I'm more advanced and I'm ahead. But okay, well, what are you talking about? Well, let's hear about it. So, again, is he 100% perfect? No. I don't agree with a lot of the shit he says. But he's not a demon. He's not an evil guy. He's not a demon. He's not a violent thug out beating up random people. He's none of those things. Like, we have to still stay honest. Even if we don't like somebody, we still got to be honest. I don't like Steven. I still have to be honest and say I can't condemn him because of his creepy art. I can't condemn him because of his voice. I can't condemn him blah, 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 for making weird videos. I still have to be honest. I can't say, oh yeah, he did this and I don't like that and he's an evil. It's like, okay, well then if I walk around in my life only coexisting with individuals that are 100% exactly like me, or if even 5% is wrong, you're dismissed, I'm going to end up very alone in this fucking reality. There is nobody that's exactly like me. He wrote, I was surprised to see a channel as good as yours recommending him. He's one of the most obvious manipulators I have seen on YouTube, and he will harm people. I think he meant he will harm people, man. His response to losing a battle of words is to either threaten violence, censor, or bring in the cops. Your dislike of the sanity machine doesn't change who Derek is. This is simple logic. Look, I'm actually agreeing with most of what Bilbo Baggins is saying here. I don't agree with a lot of the shit. I'll say I also agree with a lot of the shit that Bilbo is saying. I don't agree with a lot of his approaches. Again, not my job to tell him how to run his channel. He wrote, you have a better mind and should have a better standard of care to your listeners. Bilbo, I've been watching Derek for a couple years. I never got the impression that he was a manipulative, evil. Again, I can't remember if he asked for money or donations back in the day, but if I felt like donating to him, I would have. I never did donate to Derek. I've donated to other channels, but I never donated to Derek. But if he asked for a donation and I didn't feel like giving him one, I wouldn't give him one. But then I could watch his next video and I could agree with some of what he said. Again, I never got the impression that he was an evil, bad guy. If he is, then I made a bad read, but I don't see it. I still don't see it. Even with him doing shit I don't agree with, throwing in a towel and giving up and all that, it's like, what are you doing? But anyways, I don't agree with him. That don't mean that he's a demon to me, though. Daniel Finnegan wrote, I'm the same with reading books. I just start daydreaming after a few pages. I've been taking supplements. Yeah, my mind's just in thought instantly, and I'm going, stop it. Let me read this. And I'll read 5 or 6 words, and then I'm thinking again. I can't quiet. It's very difficult for me. Well, I can quiet the mind. It's very difficult, though, being in a conscious state. He wrote, been taking supplements, too, in order to help my psoriasis. Currently taking Kirkman Labs methylcobalamin concentrated powder, potassium citrate, because it's the most needed mineral, and sodium and diuretics throw it out. Maybe I should get that. I drink a lot of coffee. He wrote, it's cheaper for me to buy the supplements from USA than from my home in Australia. Also bought the Angle juicer to make juice. Excuse me, guys. It's an expensive juicer, but it makes the best juice. It is a lot of work buying the vegetables, preparing them, running them through the juicer, then cleaning the juicer out. It's 1 celery bunch, 1 kilogram of carrots, cucumber, 2 COS lettuce. I'm assuming heads of lettuce. So that sounds really like a good drink. That's one of those drinks you drink and you actually feel better instead of bogged down like every other processed piece of shit we have in this fucking reality. But yeah, actually that's what a very close friend of mine is suffering from severe psoriasis, dude. And this was something I should recommend to him. I'm gonna open this tab up, and I'm sorry, this thing just bugged out. Jay wrote, also think a reset is coming. Laying low seems like a good move to recharge. I don't know. I think we're in the reset. I think the reset's been happening now for a couple years. Laying low, laying high, what's the difference? We have no choice but to lay low, Jay. How do we lay high? How do I affect the elite or the negative, evil motherfuckers in this reality? How do I make a difference? Laying low is my only alternative. It's like I don't consent to a realm I was forced into, a slave realm, where the evil entities that keep me in an existence I don't agree with are untouchable. It's like, this place is fucking ridiculous. I hate this reality. Jay wrote, I've been saying that to my buddy lately. We were raised to be savage, and then they switched up, and now we're a relic. These pretty boys dressing Metro is bizarre. The world doesn't make sense now. Yeah, it's actually, looking back, man, most of the people I was around, well, I mean, I guess I was in those neighborhoods, but everybody was a savage where I grew up. Everybody was like just, and like you want them to be like, you raise them savagely around savages, and then you're like, oh, you got to be a perfect little angel boy and do all this perfect shit. And it's like, I didn't grow up in that reality though. It's like you're forcing me to live in your suburb happy boy reality, and that's what I was. Some Russian dude, I can't read that. It's definitely, actually, I think that's Greek, bro. No, that's Russian. Yeah, that's not a Greek letter. I don't know what that is. Some Russian-looking dude said, haven't finished watching the video yet, but another word came to mind. Genes. Why do they say you have good genes? Sounds more like you're possessed by good spirits. Well, for me, genes were always like guys that can put on muscle and guys that can't. There's some guys, man, they can work out for 3 fucking years and put on a pound of muscle, and there's other guys that work out for 6 months and put on 5 pounds of muscle. I'm talking natural guys. There's just people that have muscularity genes and people that don't. It's like, man, no matter what they do, I'm not even sure if those people took drugs, they would put on muscle. There's just some people that just have very low muscularity genes, or if you like seen a family full of people that were all like under 5'1", you would think they had short people genes. That's what I always thought. Genes were just like physical traits, I thought, Or if your mom or your gram and her mom and then her mom all lived to 120, then you have genes to live long. That's what I thought genes were. But genes are the random information that is in your gene pool that creates the random creature that you generate as. Whoop, I come in with this. That's why, like, 2 black parents can have a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white child, and vice versa. 2 blonde-haired, blue-eyed parents can have a black kid, because somewhere in their gene pool there was a black person. Which actually disproves evolution, because if evolution was true, somewhere in their gene pool is also a monkey tail. Somewhere in their gene pool is also hands for feet. Somewhere in their gene pools, whatever other ape-like trait. But you never see a human come out with a tail. I'm not talking about a vestigial deformation. I'm talking about a motherfucking tail. I'm talking about I'm holding grocery bags in my 2 hands, and I used my tail to open the fucking doorknob to let me in. I'm talking about a tail. There's no such thing as evolution. Human beings were created. T-Fetch wrote, I will agree with Stephen on that information, especially truther and spiritual information should be shared freely. I agree with that 10,000%. Not everyone can afford to take courses or join a fucking cult mystic school or whatever. Amen. But people can always come back and donate if they found value in the message at another date. Chris does it right. He shares his thoughts. Thank you, T. I appreciate that. Gives information and shares his take on what's going along with his questions. He doesn't make anybody sign up for exclusive content at a pay-to-play scheme. All the information is free, absolutely, and it always would be. Just so you guys know, if I got a $10 million donation today in my PayPal, I'm $10 million richer now. I could pay off my mom's house. I could get my brother Tom, my nephew Gabriel, his own house. I could help out everybody I love. And I was just set. Do you guys think that tomorrow I wouldn't be on here still fucking telling truth? Actually, you'd have a much more aggressive and wealthy version of Chris on here telling the truth, giving it away for free. It would be edited. The videos would be amazing. But, you know, like I know where my heart's at. I don't know if other people's hearts are in the same place. But thank you, T. I appreciate that. He wrote, those that only help those that pay, I'd be leery of completely. Brother, if you, what's his name, did this recently. Howdy Mikowski did this recently, and I unsubscribed from him. He made, and his channels are, I'm not that man. I'm not dealing with his situation. Am I saying that he's going to keep exclusive truth content away from people? No, I'm not saying that neither. I am saying he sort of said, oh, I'm creating this website. You're going to pay every month to hang out with me and blah, blah. I'm just like, no, fuck you. Get on YouTube and say the fucking truth and shut the fuck up, in my book. But that's who I am. I can't judge other people for not being exactly like me. He wrote, people should want to help each other in this community. It doesn't have to be just donations. I'd monetize the fuck out of a channel, though. I've been thinking about making a YouTube channel and monetizing it, but like, it's got to be some trivial Matrix shit. It's going to be comedy spoofs or like talking about MMA or something stupid. Tees and whatever. Better than wearing shit like Nike, advertising for corporate slave shit for free. The Japanese person wrote, I don't know who this is. I'm going to call them, what can I call this person? I like that little avatar. The Silver Witch. The Silver Witch wrote, yeah, you are correct. It's Japanese. Hopefully, things will indeed get better. Oh, he's talking about his name. He wrote, there's always the potential for positive development. At least, I think something must happen at the end of all this. My wish is for this to work out for everyone at the end of all days. Me too, Silver Witch. What I think, it's weird. It's almost like being forcefully happened. Like everything I want to happen is going to happen, but it's not going to happen the way I wanted it. It's just like, I think schools are corrupt. I think now they're getting so corrupt. It's gotten so Wally World, creepy, crazy, you know, black lipstick, transgenders, and they're talking to kids. It's gotten so creepy that people are going to take their kids out of school. So what did I want? I wanted people to take their kids out of school. It's happening, just not the way that I thought. It's just the food's gotten so contaminated that everybody's looking for alternatives now. The products, people are using soaps, shampoos, conditioners, things that have poison in them, yellow 5s, red 40s, all this weird shit. And people are going and ordering alternatives. Creepy boys are pushing these weird agendas and people aren't buying their products anymore. So it's like, it is happening. There is an awakening. It's just fucking in molasses, and it should have happened 20 years ago, and it's still happening way too slow for me. It's like, my hands have been on the shoulders of humanity for 20 years going, wake up, wake up! And just now they're like, coming out of their drool. And I'm like, it's like, man, where have you guys been? Stop and Smell the Roses wrote, tips and hacks because I'm not a good cook, but I like tasty, healthy. It might be processed citric acid in that pineapple juice that hit your gut. It was actually, that was one of the ingredients. Stop Smell the Rose. Packaged juice usually contains it. FDA might say there's too small amount to cause anything, but I read tests claiming processed citric acid can cause digestion, bowel problems. It's funny because they do that all the time. It's like, they're the ones funding it. Do you think that they're going to tell you the real truth? They'll lie. So like earbuds, for example, compared to plugged in headphones. They'll say, oh, these earbuds are acceptable. No, they're not. Because then the same people that told you, they'll say, Well, if you go above anything, any electromagnetic interference past zero point 0.5 levels of hertz can be harmful to the human if close to the skin. And then you put in headbuds, you put a reader there, and it's at 10.5 hertz. Way fucking like 100 times more powerful than the accepted event. So it's like, whoa, you guys saying this, and then you're saying they're acceptable, but then you're selling them to us and they're not acceptable. It's like, you people are the ones. Anyway, it's like, they do this shit all the time. Oh, it's acceptable. And then you actually test the thing with their accepted results, and their accepted results don't even pass the test. It's like, did you people test the shit before you sold it to me? What the fuck? Anyways, he wrote, the review described how the process caused the damage to the citric acid compared to naturally formed citric acid. Even Zevia soda has processed citric acid. Lots of canned products have citric acid. I found cans of tomato paste that doesn't, but most other tomatoes have the processed chemical. Nature has a version of this acid that's healthy, but the FDA approves processing version is harmful. I have a Vitamixer and blend apples, rehydrate apricot, and rehydrated soaked date on high speeds. It blends it smooth. Cucumber is good for the stomach. Either Vitamax or a juicer extractor makes the fruit and vegetable easier to digest. I had a bit. Aren't these like juicers and shit are expensive though? Aren't they? They're like fucking $500, $1,000. They're expensive, dude. Not everyone can go out and buy a fucking juicer. He wrote, I add a bit of spike natural season to the vegetable juice. It took a long time for it to clean out the junk, and it came out as a gas until my body balanced. I've heard of cucumber cleanses. What's the other one? Celery cleanses, celery juice cleanses. These things are definitely not bad for your body. I don't, unless they're sprayed with pesticides, then it's literally like eating poison. He wrote, the Green Star juicer is good but expensive. I found a secondhand juicer used only one time. People get them on a fad and never use them and sell. People hate cleaning a juicer, but it's easy. The Vitamix is another thing I got hardly used, and that is easy to clean. Bromelian powder is pineapple and one of the best things for the gut. I love juices because the body's energy, ATP, is quickest absorbed from natural sugars. Yeah, I've noticed that too. When you drink fruit juices, it gives you energy almost immediately. He wrote, the body takes time to convert a carb or protein into a natural sugar, making fruit the fastest source of ATP energy. Fruit is the best elimination food in the world, in my honest opinion. Like you, I like creamy drinks and mix cheap coconut milk with BioTrust brand keto powder called Elevate. I got a deal buying more. Actually, I figured out a way to make my coffee decent. I can't remember what it's called, but it's this like mixture with coconut powder, but it's also got like mushrooms and like healthy enzymes or adaptogen mushrooms, I think actually. But it's not bad. If I blend it all and do it the right way, it comes out decent. It still ain't my coffee, but my coffee creamer. You know what I'm saying? It has this like weird kind of like, I don't know how to explain, almost like a fake chemical type of flavor left from the monk fruit or the creamer that I use, this powdered coconut creamer. There's like a weird kind of, I just don't like, but I could do it, you know, if I'm trying to be Mr. Perfect. At this point, I don't know why I'm trying to be perfect. Probably because it just makes my physical existence better. Like when you're physically healthy, you feel mentally better. But he wrote, I add a bit of spiked natural season to the vegetable juice. It took a long time for it to clean out the junk, and it came out as gas until my body balanced. The Green Star juicer is good but expensive. I found a secondhand juicer used only one time. People get them on a fad and never use them and sell. People hate cleaning a juicer, but it's easy. Oh, did I already read this? I already read this. But it's, or did I? The Vitamix is another thing I got. Oh yeah, I did. I definitely already read that. I already read the Bromelian powder. Sorry guys. Fruit is best elimination freezer to extend the shelf life. The expensive coconut milk had too strong a flavor, so cheapest tasted better to me. I add the Elevate powder to coffee with coconut milk or oat milk for the creamy taste. For any sauces, I like Easy Foods and coleslaw salad with Elevate powder. What is this Elevate powder? What is it? I gotta look it up. And a little water and balsamic vinegar and Redmond salt and spike or Mrs. Dashy I could eat every day. Jeez, I need to just fucking have Stop and Smell the Roses move in with me and fucking help me make food. Jesus, dude's like got it down to a fucking science over here. I'd like to live with Stop and Smell the Roses for like a couple months and just see how I feel physically after eating his diet. His or her diet. Could be a her. I don't know. I don't know what that is. But Lion Sword wrote, the Santee Machine next video, Chrissy Sedaris admits he is a black magic lizard sorcerer at Team Evil. I wouldn't be surprised, dude. I don't think he shows the parts where I'm being funny or I'm poking funny. Why would he show that? He's not going to show videos where I'm obviously making him look stupid. Lion Sword wrote, Chris, if I ever met you, we'll take a picture together measuring our biceps. Yeah, like, yeah, come on, bro. Put it next to me. No, stand in front of me in the mirror, bro. Fuck, or no, we'll get a measuring tape. Yeah, bro. Fucking, it's like, the fuck? But, Bilbo Baggins, dude, this isn't funny what I'm about to say, but about, I don't know, how long ago? That movie came out like 20 years ago. I remember saying to one of my nephews, this was very inappropriate, but it was right after Lord of the Rings came out, and I said to one of my nephews, you know what, bud, if you were a Hobbit, you wouldn't be Bilbo Baggins. Your name would be Dildo Faggins. And, well, it was kind of mean, but he wrote, dude, just come out of the closet already. He said that to Lion Sword. And then Fire, he replied that to Lion Sword, and then Fire replied, haha, what the fuck is this comment? Fire, he's saying that because the people over on that dude's channel were saying that in comments, like about me, on the channels I watch. They're like, I bet Sedaris and Lion Sword. This is kind of, okay, like, don't get me twisted. If it's actually funny, I'm going to laugh at it. Even if it's about me, I will laugh if it is funny. This one was kind of funny. Chrissy Sedaris is kind of funny. Okay? The other shit's not funny. It's corny and cringy, but someone commented, I bet him and Derek are meeting up in person and measuring their biceps together. It's just like, you guys are fucking dorks, bro. But he wrote, PX wrote, it wants real people's souls/spirit and imagination. Senses we're changed by Satan to deceive, confuse, thus resulting in Maya/illusion. What? Senses were changed by Satan to deceive and confuse, thus resulting. Yeah, we may be under mass mind control already. We may be under a super advanced version of it. We may have been under mass mind control for the past 50 years. I mean, how else do you explain people not fully waking up, people not fully standing in their power, people not fully standing against evil if it isn't some sort of mind control? Something's going on. There is deception going on. I would say it's unfortunate that we were plugged into a realm that's so deceptive and controlling our minds and has us all weird and confused and brainwashed, blah, 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 that, oh, we've got to come in here and figure out this escape room somehow. It's like, this shit's stupid as fuck. Pax wrote, consciousness is man's newest adaptation. The ego must be tamed for most humanoids. Consciousness changes everything. Most you. Give me one sec, guys. I'm going to let my dog out. She's scratching at the door. Alright, guys. I think I got my shit together. I know this is like 3 days later on the same comment reply video, but, you know, life happens. Alright. So, Kazman wrote, listen to your voice. Now listen to his voice. His voice is full of rancor or rancer. I don't know that word. So, I'm going to have to look that word up. He sounds sick as fuck. You have to be deaf or devoid of any spirit to tolerate that. One sec, guys. So it's pronounced rancor, and it's bitter, long-lasting resentment, deep-seated ill will, sour bitterness. So yeah, I would definitely agree with Kaz's comment. Wrote, aside from the creepiness and annoyingness, it's really funny. A guy makes video after video trying to prove you're a lizard. Is that what he really... I mean, okay, the 3 that I watched, that's the thing he kept bringing up. He was like, did you see his tongue? And he would, like, slow down me, licking my lip. I mean, just so... Like I said, it's different if you're the one he's talking about. Like, if you're just watching this shit, so, like, it's totally different if you're the one and, like, you're watching, like, this, like, creepy stalker dude, like, on the internet, like, slowing videos of you down, you know, this pedo boy, like, of you licking your lips and then going, you know, like, did you see he's a lizard? Like, dude, you sniff, chill, get the fuck away from me. I'm like, well, yeah, he's a creepy boy. Anyways, he wrote, like, if my best friend had 20 videos on YouTube of a guy trying to prove he's a lizard, it would be so funny to me. It wouldn't be funny to me. It would be creepy. I'd be like, dude, do you really think this dude's a lizard? Like, at some point, you would think some of his audience would, like, try to talk some sense into this fucking retard, but they just enable the psych patient. Kyung Dae-seung wrote, this is not my comment, but I'm sharing it here. Original by Jay Warren. Kyung, I seen this comment. I ended up writing it down. Employment. M is to, ploy is frustrate, and ment the mind. To frustrate the mind. Employment. That's I wrote that one down, and I even wrote down the name, so if I use it on my word wizardry thing, I can give credit to Jay Warren. Who's Jay Warren? I'm gonna have to look that up and see if he's also into word wizardry. I don't see too many. Like, I've heard people mention days of the week and live being evil backwards, but that's about it. Past that's like, I need to see more than that. I'm coming up. I have a decent list, I guess. I think I have the biggest list out of everybody. If there's anybody else that does word wizardry that I'm unaware of, guys, please let me know. He wrote, and you are either the employee or the employer. Any person is either A, the one whose mind is frustrated, or B, the one who is performing the frustration upon another. In this evil shit realm, we use and abuse ourselves, and we use and abuse each other, period. This was a great comment by Kyung. I agree completely. Humanity don't really give a fuck about humanity. It's actually, because when you just leave them to it, this is the result you get, I think. I don't know if it was structured or manufactured this way artificially. One sec, guys. I need to go get something to drink. Sorry, guys. This one's going to be chopped up a few times, but where were we at here? Okay, so Blood Moon... did I finish that one? Kyung, oh yeah, Kyung, that was a great comment, dude. I agree. Humans, we end up doing this shit to ourselves. I wish that people weren't degenerates, but unfortunately the god or programmer or whatever that created the reality decided that plugging us into human meat monkey avatars that come pre-programmed and pre-scripted and pre-driven by degenerate desires and all this weird shit to be the fucking degenerates that we are. So it's like, we were sort of set up to fuck up in this shit anyways. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we were programmed to fill this motherfucker. It's just like, and yeah, we do have the consciousness to do better, right? Because we do. But it's like, we're still stuck in here with all these fucking degenerates driven by degenerate things like power, money, just whatever it is that evil wants, man. More and more. I don't know. It's just a consuming thing. It's a pathetic little fucking degenerate that has to operate from the shadows. I know that. It's never man enough to be right there. Ooh, I need to be scared of angels and demons and everything else, but they ain't never just like strong enough to come and get me. Angels and demons are in your fucking mind. One's on this shoulder, one's on that shoulder. You're the one with the power at the end of the day anyways. That demon says 1,000 times, Chris, do this, do that, do that. And the angel says, no, do the opposite. I don't have to listen to either fucking one of them. You see the way that works? So who has power in the reality? Ooh, angels and demons. Okay, bro. Blood Moon Palladium wrote, the real black magic is the black square screen that everyone stares at for many hours of every day, absolutely. They had TVs back in the fucking 50s. Messing with people's frustration levels, libido, sleep, all kinds of shit. Putting them in certain brain waves to where they were easily indoctrinated and blah, blah, blah. They were testing shit like that back in the 50s, 40s, whatever it was. So who knows what these fucking demonic scrying mirrors do now. I will say that without them, none of us would have become conscious. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but... So there's always good and bad in the Dookie realm. It is a balance realm. It is a duality realm. I don't talk about or notice the good as much. I do notice it more now. I'm starting to pay a little bit more attention. There is still a lot of good in this reality. There is a lot of negative. I could preach that. Everybody watching this knows I could preach that for a fucking million years. You know what I'm saying? There's definitely a lot of negativity in this reality.
But there is a lot of good too. If this is a soul trap, it's a sort of interesting one because there's a lot of good things you can do for people in the soul trap reality too. It's not just pure, because if it was just a pure soul trap, why didn't it take us? Okay, we're trapped. It says the Archon thing trapped us in its black cube or whatever the fuck people say. Okay, well, we're trapped. It's got us now. So why is reality the way that it is? Why isn't it just pure? Like, why isn't it us in avatars that never break but feel intense amounts of pain and just throwing us in pits of fire, burning us and creating Max Luge? Why isn't it a complete soul trap? People say, oh, because it has to deceive us because we're powerful. But when are we going to actually start being powerful, though? Are we just going to talk about it all day? I'm sorry. Blood Moon Palladium wrote, the real black magic... Yeah, I'm sorry, I read this part. That's true. He wrote, people stare at it for many hours a day. It doesn't matter whether that black mirror screen is a television, computer, phone, GPS device, etc. Each of these devices are performing black magic on the watcher, regardless of what type of device the watcher is gazing into. I don't know if it's black magic or it's just a type of technology. I don't believe in magic so much. I would like to see more practical evidence. I'm not interested in card tricks or fucking where's the quarter at now. It's just like, if actual magic existed in this fucking demonic suffering realm, why haven't we destroyed evil with it yet? Why haven't any white magicians destroyed the Illuminati or the Archon or the Satan, Lucifer, whatever the fuck you want to call evil? Why haven't any white magic people went and casted their little magic spells and fucking cured the world of evil and grotesque negativity and poverty and struggle and physical and mental ailments? Where are the magic casters at? Or do they just always hang out in fairy tales and behind the scenes, and you'd have to read Crowley and come to the ultimate conclusion of do what thou will? A 10-year-old could tell you to do what thou will because that is the way it is at the end of the day, if you're being logical. That's not some fucking great philosophy to come to. Like, that's what's actually happening. You don't believe me? Go to prison and ask people what they did. Motherfuckers do what they will anyways. It don't matter what God you believe in. But the actual reality, it is do what thou will. I'm sorry, I started fucking ranting. Wow, I have a lot of energy for this video. I've wondered why I wanted to, Did I go over this comment? I must have already gone over it because I hearted and loved everyone, but I don't remember going over that. But anyways, okay, Decline England wrote, at 1540, damn right, we didn't build these big, beautiful medieval stone buildings, and we still can't. Maybe we could now with our scavenged technology, cranes and whatnot. Yeah, but dude, they like, okay, they'll say this fucking magnificent, and dude, it'll be this like mile-long fucking cathedral that looks like it was built by the hand of God. And it's like, okay, and then you look up when this cathedral was built, who built it, blah, blah. And they want to sell you this story that like this small town of like 12 toothless fucking card playing rednecks and a couple handmaidens built this thing. It's like in the mud with wooden wagons and chisels. This is before screw guns, chop saws, table saws. This is before any of that shit. They did that with the chisel. It's like, what are y'all talking about? Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, they didn't build those. When you look at ancient architecture, especially if it's got the little weird electric rods on top of everything, you see a lot of that. Current humanity didn't build them. Current humanity's probably reverse technology those buildings or whatever was in them. I always say those buildings actually, in my opinion, sort of prove that they were lived in by androids, because I always said, where's all the stuff, dude? Where's all the other stuff, though? Like, they were super advanced. They built these fucking magnificent buildings like we can't even imagine with fucking chisels somehow. And the only thing we see in them, other than just like beautiful materials, right? Like the floors are beautiful. They're made of marble. They're marble pillars. The fucking just, everything's ingrained and custom looking amazing. It's just like, but that's all it really is. It's just really fancy floors and walls and stuff. Where are there ancient, outside of this weird, okay, So fireplaces used to have these two things or whatever. They are saying these weren't made to build fire. And I agree when you actually look into it. And then these primitive fucking ape people came along and tried to make fires in them and really just smoked out the castle. And they couldn't even be in there because they weren't built that way. So chimneys were for something else. But that's the only thing I've seen so far. I haven't seen a Tartarian toaster. I haven't seen a Tartarian teleportation pad. I haven't seen a Tartarian automatic fucking spaceship door. I haven't seen a Tartarian really cool flashlight. I haven't seen a Tartarian nothing except buildings and floors and walls and stuff. Where's all this stuff at? I'm sorry. Did they take it all out? Like, no, because people have dug up a lot of shit too that prove the mud flood theory. People have dug up these old ancient buildings and seen them fucking 20 feet on the ground. You tell me they didn't dig out dirt and find something that was like, what the fuck is fucking hologram thing from a Tartar? Nothing, man. How'd they get rid of all this stuff, though, man? That don't make no sense. We're supposed to believe that guys with horses and wooden wax. Dude, I'm telling you, I think I read comments out of by the corner of my eye. They just say what I'm going to say. Or I say what they're going to say. They built, with just what I was just saying, with horses and wooden wagons built. I don't read every comment. So a lot of this, there is something to like your peripheral vision, like absorbing information, dude. Why would, and if that is true, why the fuck would we be in an avatar built that way? Or I guess for survival. I guess that one kind of makes sense. But then we're plugged into a matrix system where the only thing in our peripheral vision is fucking Burger King and Taco Bell and just ads. It's like, use the Gantt list. It's like, okay, even if there is a good reason why it was there, it's like, but look how we've been manipulated. Everything's used it. I hate this fucking reality and the demons that run it. You fucking Archon demons. I would fucking stomp your throats in front of everybody. I would devour your souls in front of everybody. I'm sorry. But we're told to believe that they did this shit with horses, wagons, built these insanely intricate Greco-Roman buildings still standing in every downtown city in America and internationally. He put a question mark, but that's true. Yeah, internationally. Amen. He wrote, the fact that there are windows. My goodness, bro. The fact that there are windows below sidewalk level proves there was a flood. And, oh yeah, that proves bad design. And that proves something doesn't make sense. And then the steps always having to go up another level proves that this shit doesn't add up. But no, what really proves it is when you dig out the building and find 20 feet of building under mud. That's what really proves it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they were just... I'm sorry. Decline New England. I'm sorry, dude. I'm a ranter. It's just the way my mind works. I can't stop my racy mind. I mean, I can with like Kava or something, but I'm not in the mood to take any of that shit. But I'm just going to read your comment. He wrote, the fact that there are windows below the sidewalk level proves that there was a flood and that these buildings were dug out and refurbished. Amen. I have a history with zoning and architectural design, and I can tell you from professional, unbiased perspective that we do not pour foundations on hills yet. From basic perspective, hills, and we do not pour or build foundations. Or I guess I did carpentry, so I kind of understand like being level. Well, anyways, he wrote, with windows 5 or 10 feet below the sidewalk. I don't know, like any kid playing with a soccer, like that, it just would make no sense to even have it there. Half of it's under the dirt. You can't open it. It's just so silly. Well, anyways, it's obviously not supposed to be there. Any logical, fucking thinking creature. I know we don't have too many of those in this reality, but any logical creature will come to that. I need to read this motherfucker's comment. Sorry, Decline. 5-10 feet below the sidewalk level. Windows 5. Ever for any reason, not for sunlight, not for anything. Sunlight seems to be the biggest argument. Then she'll discuss this topic. In my opinion, people simply discovered entire cities already built. Well, I'm sorry, that's a bad argument anyways, because sometimes there's still plenty of room above the window where it could have been completely above ground, but they built it there. Like that's a bad argument. Whatever might be for sunlight, like that doesn't make any sense. They could have built the window higher and not been stupid simultaneously. Like they didn't have to build a broken design. He wrote, in my opinion, people simply discovered entire cities already built, and we've inhabited the buildings that they decided not to destroy. Amen. Why destroy such masterful work? And they do. They go out of their way to destroy most of it. A lot of the Iraq war was them destroying shit. Well, anyways, I don't want to start getting cray-cray on everybody, but he wrote, because, guys, just so you know, I don't know if it's true, but I may actually have access to somebody that has those old school Vietnam fucking red infrared goggles that supposedly see demons and all that. I know they run like 20 grand and all this shit supposedly, but again, I don't know for sure, but I may actually know somebody that knows somebody, in other words, but I would love to go and look through them and see what the fuck's going on. But he wrote, because they probably contain artwork showing a little too much of our previous history, his story. Whose story is the question. It really appears that we're trapped in someone's art project, like Terrence McKenna said. That's the way I feel some days. Decline, dude. That's why I feel. It's like, look, dude, at the end of the day, it's like, oh, we were trapped. It's like, dude, I'm here. It got me. If it can't trap me, it trapped me. So if it was powerful enough to trap me before, what, I'm going to become conscious? Oh, no, I just have to be sovereign. And blah, blah. It's like, I didn't know that before. What level was I at? I didn't know to stay sovereign. It trapped me. I had to know to stay sovereign. But sometimes I just feel like this is somebody else's play anyways. That's why people struggle in life, man. It's like your life's almost sort of scripted, right? It's so hard to break habits or break out of your way of being. It's a very scripted reality. It's very difficult. But he wrote, hopefully by choice. Some say we're here due to trickery. If you're not an NPC, either way, avoid the light when you die. I know you went through this in depth, but for anyone new, don't go towards the light unless you want to inhabit another human avatar here for another lifetime. That could be the most valuable information in this existence. Good to have you back. Thank you, Klein. Most interesting man in the hood, Brooklyn. Oh, I remember. I remember that name. Most interesting man in the hood. I haven't seen that name in a while, but is that you, D. Klein? Fucking give me one sec, guys. I need to go. I went to pour water, ran into my brother. We had a quick conversation. I forgot to pour my water. And then Pax replied to most interesting man in the hood. He said, well said, we are currently in the upside down, backwards, dark ages. People are brainwashed and hypnotized, unable to see the truth/reality, ... Amazing. We are in Kali Yuga/dark ages. This part of this existence is stupid then. If I get to vote when I go back, do you guys still want any Kali Yuga ages? I'm going to be like, fuck Kali Yuga and its mama. And fuck you for putting me in that little fucking weird age, you little bitch-ass motherfuckers. You and the council of 3 dickheads come over here and kiss my motherfucking ass. I'm sorry, I started ranting. Stop and Smell the Roses wrote, I was referring to the manifesto on the sanity machine. You haven't seen it? Oh, no, I seen it, dude. I brought it up a bunch of times. But I didn't sit there and analyze the fucking thing. I seen enough to go, okay, this dude not the type of dude I want to hang out with. You know, so he's kind of creepy. You know, like the same way he could see information that would make him scared of me or Matt from Quantum of Conscious or Archaics or whoever he thinks is a bad person. I seen enough. I was like, yo, I'm good. Don't need to hang out around this fucking dude's channel. But he wrote, you haven't seen it? No, I seen it. I just didn't super analyze it. Like I said, I could really dig into that guy, but I don't give a fuck about him. I wish he would just shut the fuck up and do his little own channel, whatever it is. He wrote, I'll try and explain the context of my comment you replied to. I read the manifesto to get a better handle on this guy. The Santi Machine listed his deviant art biography using a few descriptive words. One of his self-description attributes he chose to use is a pedo. Oh, dude. If that's true and that's still true, I hope that boy fucking suffers, dude. Suffers an agonizing death. He wrote, he wouldn't confront it. Months later, he claims he was waiting to reply to... No, let me rephrase that. I hope he finds peace and doesn't feel that way anymore. But if he is that way and he's proud of being that way and he's stuck that way, then yeah, fuck him. He wrote, months later, he claims he was waiting to reply to test people. I shit you not. Then he said his deviant art page was all for fun, role-playing, but he didn't explain the pedo description at all. What kind of person lists themselves as a pedo for fun or for role-playing and blames other people for questioning him? Did you see the picture? I don't know if it's a picture of him or it's just a picture you like, but it's like literally some creep in like a sweater. Like how you would picture a Pamela Van creep. It's just like, what is this? Like, this is some shit to like and think is cool. And I mean, wouldn't a creepy pedo scummy fucks say they were just role playing once they were busted and caught? I don't trust this weirdo. He absolutely is all this shit. I hope that boy catches on fire. If he's really that and he ain't got peace in his heart, boy, I hope you fucking... Anyways. I don't wish that. No. I don't wish harm on this motherfucker. I'll say let the universe deal with this fucking retard. That's probably really got his ass shook. He wrote, I shit you not. He wrote, then he said his deviant... Yeah, role-playing my ass, motherfucker. He wrote, what kind of person... No kind of normal human being would do something like that. No normal human being would do that for fun. That's fun? Does anybody else watching his channel do that? Do you guys go and make creepy pedo pages for fun and like pedo images, or that's what you guys are into? You know, Matt can have a friend that has a job that's an evil job, and he's a demon. This dude's literally like one of the most evilest motherfuckers I know on YouTube, but he's calling out other people's laundry. Like, dude, you're a grimy slime ball, bro. You're disgusting, demonic filth. You're an Archon agent. He wrote, what kind of person lists themselves as a pedo for fun or for role-playing and then blames other people for questioning him? A pedo creep. An Archon agent. He wrote, the guy's got serious problems, and with every week he gets worse and worse. I hope he wasn't abused. I hope he wasn't abused. But if he was and he is this way, he needs to go get help. Before the universe fixes the situation its damn self. He wrote, his DeviantArt page lists a lot of women that he favorited, and they have the black eyes. I noticed that he praises them. It's weird because I noticed he puts out videos of vloggers saying how black their eyes are and how hungry they are, saying the eyes are the window, and how angry they are, saying the eyes are the windows to the soul. I said that over 70% of the population has dark eyes, and he'll have a lot of videos to make targeting all dark-eyed people in the realm. That's why I'm saying he might be the one who went through a strange schizophrenic possession or something, but he projects that others are possessed. Oh, he definitely Archon agent. I'm not joking. Do you guys think I'm joking? Like, I'm not being funny when I say that. I literally believe that dude's an Archon agent. Like, the same way Agent Smith will jump into this dude to derail the good guy's plan, Neo's plan, Morpheus's plan. I'm speaking truth in a realm created where it's shh, don't talk the truth. Wouldn't this fucking thing spawn up to come and get me? Archon agent. He wrote, I can't watch that train wreck anymore. The guy's a douchebag. Good's winning. And it's a struggle. It's almost like Evil's on life support. It's like still struggling. It's like, notice me. And we're all just like, our consciousness has already gone past that. They're just pathetic. Anyways, I think they're going to wither away in the next 10 years. He wrote, any truth he had got lost in his mental insanity. We all have some incorrect ideas because it's this lying realm. But anything he says can't be taken serious because he smears shit all over it, making him a perfect agent. I agree. Stop it. He's an agent. 1,000%. This is a great comment. He wrote, if he'd tell people where he thinks their teaching idea is incorrect and leave it at that, he might be able to do some actual help and service, but he doesn't do that. He just constantly shits all over everyone, making him my #1 candidate for agent. Stop and smell the roses? Salute, brother. You've got the eyes to see. You're one of the ones that can see. You can see the agent. Absolutely. 1,000%. There's no better example right now. Not in my world. He's an exact agent. Imagine you being offered, come and talk to me. Come and talk to me, dude. Let's figure this out. What's actually going on? Never. He would just say more negativity. You're ugly. You're dumb. You toothless redneck. You're gonna lose your job, man. You ain't gonna do shit, boy. I'm a Greek fucking god. You're a fucking peasant in my presence, boy. Anyways, Blood Moon Palladium, bro. I grew up like a savage too, Chris. Where'd you grow up, Blood Moon? Did you grow up in Florida? It's like, what hood did you grow up in? Florida. Like, you don't have to say, like in Cali, you might have to say Compton. You might have to say Watts. In Florida, you just say the state. I'm just kidding. No, there's nice places in Florida. I mean, there's a lot of fucking, anyway, if you want to find some, person with their face freshly eaten, you might come to Florida. Alligators, if you want to see an alligator eat somebody. There's a lot of, well, anyways, I grew up as savage too, Chris. I did mean that. Sanity Machine is actually mentally retarded comment as a joke. ... and the truth. Okay, I'm sorry. He wrote, glad you also see the funny side. Well, yeah, when you said, I think it was you, Blood Moon, where you said that dude's literally drooling on his fucking Coke or whatever. I mean, that's how I pictured it. I noticed the same things. I think it was you. Somebody noticed. I'm pretty sure it was Blood Moon, but the same shit you noticed. Like how long it took him to do it, and then like how slow it took him to, or how long it would take him just to get the words out. It was just like, dude, just say it, man. What the fuck? I feel like even you speed it up and it's still weird and slow mo. It's just creepy, but yeah, I definitely, we're savages, Blood Moon, so we see the funny side of the savagery. Like I said, dude, if you put us in a room though, like me, you, my brothers, and we were all just, and then took like some little suburb person in there, they wouldn't find the same shit. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I usually do have good chemistry with people. Most people seem to gravitate towards me, so maybe I'm wrong, but I mean, I don't know, but I think some people feel a freeingness when they're around a savage type of person that just curses, like I said, because they don't feel like the need to play a role. There's like a lack of etiquette. Like, we don't have to pretend here. We're just being real. Fuck all this fake. I don't know. There's like a realness to people like me, that people that curse, oh, it's evil. It's like curse words. Like, anyways, Aaron Danya wrote, the theory of being an NPC and becoming sentient is what they want you to believe. I had an out-of-body experience that proved to me that AI took my sovereign light body against my will and tricked me into the Archon box. Okay, so I had a weird vision once, and excuse me, guys. I've been doing really good with that, but anyways, I was like in a rusted like bird cage. I wasn't in a box. It was this weird. I had this like I don't know, it was in like an out of body experience, but I wasn't in, and it didn't look nice. It didn't look like a modern, nice, like high tech. It looked like it was in some barn. It's like, what is this? It just looked like a rusty cage with like leather straps on the wall. It just looked like an old barnyard or something. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? But I didn't know what the hell I was seeing. You actually had an OBE and seen that you were tricked by AI. How did it look? So what does AI look like when you're out of body? Like, I can't picture this. So does it look like anything? Is it any shape or form? And then why are we calling it AI? Is it actually a machine that we're in, Aaron? And you're saying, or the black box is the machine? Or I wish I understood this a little better. I just don't. A lot of it doesn't make sense to me. She wrote, okay, I had an Abby and tricked her into the box. It was trickery, so I kind of went willingly, but under the notion I wouldn't forget who I was. It's kind of the opposite of what you're saying. We're not Ryan Reynolds and Free Guy. We are the makers of the game, the good guys that didn't want to trap anyone in the game. The issue is we got attached to our name and identity on Earth. If this is all we think we have and don't remember real home and family, it's a scary feeling when you have to part with who you think you are. This is a great comment, but who the fuck would get attached to their name and identity on Earth? This place is a dookie boy realm. It's like, I can't imagine. Well, no, I guess people do get attached to their like life script or whatever. But it's like, this place is a dump. Who gives a fuck? Well, good guys. So you think okay, so you're probably under the belief that we created this simulation for us to have lives or enjoy lives, but the programming of it, the AI mainframe of it's gone wacky, and it's sort of taken over and sort of trapped us in our own game. That's interesting, actually, but I can make a bunch of what ifs off that one. But if she wrote, Yeah, we get attached. If this is all we think we have and don't remember real home and real family, it's a scary feeling when you have to part with who you are. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, it is to most people. Maybe I've become the fiend. I don't know. I guess I kind of have learned to let go. I just don't care about much of anything in this reality anymore. Like I still have love. There's still love in my heart. Like when I see my great niece, I'm about to have another great nephew. Like I'm in heaven with her. Like I do agree. Like I'm not in a position to tell my nephew to not have his baby. You know what I'm saying? Like I am sort of an anti-Nazi. I don't think that bringing souls into this realm is a good idea. But what if bringing souls into this realm is what destroys this realm? Like, aren't we becoming conscious now? Like, maybe we're the cancer to it that destroys it from the inside out. Like, have you guys seen people waking up like crazy waking up? Something happened. Something's happened in reality, and I'm almost excited to see where it goes. Something's happened here. Well, anyways, she wrote, if this is all we... Oh, yeah, I already read that. I hope this makes sense. I believe that also means there's definitely NPCs that become sentient. They don't really have a home, though. I think they get reprogrammed until they wake up. I don't know what happens to their soul. I'm assuming even NPCs that wake up get some sort of continuation. Imagine choosing to not wake up. Like, imagine being exposed to a truth that, like, blows your mind and then going, well, I don't want to believe that. Like, just pretending you didn't, or just, like, choosing ignorance. Oh, God, dude, that's like... No, I said... Okay, Archon Agent's the worst. Shill's the second worst. What I just said's the third worst. People that willingly choose ignorance. So people that lie to themselves is a pet peeve of mine. I hate that. I hate mental comfort zones. I hate when people lie to themselves. That's the third worst person in this reality to me, is people that lie back to themselves. Aaron wrote, edit, I have someone telling me to get off your channel in replies. We all know it's Stephen Killing, a.k.a. TSM Little Sad Stevie that no one likes. She's put her paws all over me with no consent and won't leave me alone now. Stephanie Killing. You call it Stephanie Killing? Stephanie Killing. That boy ain't killing anything except people's brain cells that observe his content. Aaron Danya wrote, go complain to your mom then, not me. And she's talking to somebody whose comments have been removed. Stop projecting all over me, internet troll that doesn't know me. Nice try, though. Yeah, and then the little person that was talking to her removed all their little fuckboy comments of saying stupid shit because she probably exposed them with logic. Thank you, Aaron Danya. That was a great comment before you were interrupted by some fucking Archon Agent demon. T-Fetch wrote, until the VR decides torturing you and mind wiping you to keep you inside it for its own energy loose feeding frenzy and survival, then it's hell. I think we're getting there, T. I think we're getting there. Until people fucking wake up and truly do something, it's like both sides are trying simultaneously. I think good's like, not that good's winning, I just don't think evil can ever, or evil does, and it destroys the world and breaks off a new multiverse, and we just keep going. You know, because I would assume, as deranged and psychotic as most humans are, the world ends every second, like of every day, like whether it's CERN or HARP or some psychopath that's just hates the reality, I don't know. But Crunchy B replied back to T-Fetch, said, why would we even die if its point is to keep us here? That's a good question too. Like, why is it giving us the opportunity to escape or get out if it's got us trapped in its little cube box thing or whatever? Like, why does it give us that chance? And according to people that astral project, they're taking that chance every time they leave their body. They're experiencing what you would. So we have access to get the fuck out of here. So it's not, how much of a trap is it really? It almost seems like we willingly came into this fucking silly little stupid game If it's that easy to get out of it, you just got to blow your brains out. Okay, see you later. I became conscious that it was a game, and the only thing I got to do to get out of here is to die and leave. See you later. Why would it be so easy then? That's not much of a trap. It's almost like a pass-through or a walk-through. It's like a come into this haunted house. You go and you have this crazy experience and then bitch and moan about it like I'm doing now. Dick Flinghammer wrote, he probably gets his ass beat a lot, even in Canada. Really? People don't fight like they used to. This isn't like 20 years ago, like where everybody was fist fighting all the time. Like, he wrote, do people in Canada fight? They've got some of the best fighters. I actually love Canadians. I hate calling him a Canadian. Well, I don't hate calling him a Canadian pussy boy because he is a Canadian pussy boy. And I'm sure, hey, some of my brothers over there would agree with me too. I love Canadians. Dude. I was in a fucking raiding guild called Rising Anarchy fucking for years. The whole guild was Canadian dudes. Fucking loved every one of them. They're all super chill, super cool. He's just a douchebag. I actually love Canadian. I love everybody. I even love douchebags, but they're just assholes. Dick Flinghammer wrote, like you, I know what schizophrenia is. He's the craziest, dumbest, most toxic annoyance on YouTube to boot. You had me laughing. Thank you, Dick Flinghammer. That's kind of like my goal, really. This is a dark channel, really. Like I talk about Soul Trap. How I talk about the shit that people don't want to talk about, and I talk about shit that hurts people's worldviews, messes up their mental comfort zones. It's like it's a hard channel. And I'm brutally honest. It is what it is. Mr. Meeseeks wrote existence, or Mr. Meeseeks, and then in parentheses, existence is pain, wrote, just wondering, ever think about having call-in guests on your channel? All the time, dude. The issue is, though, for me is, especially like right now, I'm working again. Worked yesterday. Could have worked today. Maybe working tomorrow. Excuse me, guys. I don't know when I'm working. I'm open to work. I'm not ready to work full-time. If I worked full-time now, I would go right back to like 151 pounds. I'm not able to digest. My intestines are still swollen. I'm not able to digest enough food calorie-wise to keep weight on without turning into a fucking skeleton. And I'm already pretty damn ripped now. Like I can't really lose too much more. Just learning everything. But right now, work side, it's just difficult. My schedule, other people's schedules. Sometimes people that are truthers live in Australia or like fucking New Zealand or Sweden or something. And it's like they're 6 hours off from me and they want to do it at like 3 a.m. And it's just like, it's tough. It's tough to line things up. It would almost be easier for me to drive to other truthers that are in Florida. I don't really know who's in Florida. I have to like look around, but there's only a couple channels I know are in Florida. And just go and sit down and have conversations with other truthers about like philosophy, dark philosophy, what they think. That would be more fun to me. Plus, it would be more personable. I'd like to see them in person, not just like, be able to give them a hug if I want, Hero, I asked because you do these reply videos and look like you enjoy them. Oh, I love it, dude. I love it. I would love to talk to other truthers. Pretty sure you just need Steam Labs or something similar, and then people can call on-screen video or just choose audio. Okay, let me search this in DuckDuckGo, whatever the fuck it is. One sec, guys. Man, my mouth is like super fucking dry today. I don't need to do nothing actually. Meeseeks wrote, I know you said you're not good with technology, but you can just watch how-to videos on live streams. They will show you step-by-step everything you need. And I think you will find it is not hard to do at all. Once you get past the starting parts, then you will be able to set up a live chat, call-ins, and on-screen icons, and show who donated and how much if you want. Just learn a little at a time since it is new to you. Actually, Mr. Meeseeks, I have access to somebody that's a master at all this, to be honest to you. I have access to an editor right now if I want. I have access to everything I need. I got to start working again. Like I said, it's a money thing. That's the reality we live in. Fire wrote, yeah, he got 2 videos on YouTube where he does this. I recommend one on Stay Spiritual. Oh yeah, I've had a couple people. I had a talk with Autodidactic. I was on his channel. Spiral Up. I was on, who else did I talk? I talked to a vegan skeptic. Did I talk to T-Fetch? Maybe I had a conversation with T-Fetch. I can't remember. I talk to a few people, but I'm down to talk to anybody. Does that sound like a shill to you guys, by the way? Does that sound like an agent to you guys? I'm down to talk to anybody. Anybody. If Notes from Materiality, who also said some pretty mean things about me, want to talk to me, I'll talk to his ass. I'll talk to any motherfucking buddy, but I would say comment or email me. Tell me the time you can talk, and we'll work it out. If we got to use Steam Labs, you might have to download some Steam Labs or whatever. We'll do it. T-Fetch wrote, Ryan Reynolds, Free Guy, Blue Shirt Guy, and The Nines. Both great movies. What was the other one I seen that was a great movie recently? That's slipping my mind. T-Fetch wrote, I think if people are in the truth community, honestly, I'm not going to be able to see this comment unless I move this like this, because it's the very last comment. It's like stuck on the bottom of the screen, and my camera's right in front of my screen, so let me move this over. Okay, he wrote, this works. He wrote, I think if people are in the truth community, honestly, trying to seek and share truth, then awesome. Why attack anyone? Everyone has a past of mixed good and bad crazy shit. I agree. At this point, judging people is shit because this realm drives people mad one way or another eventually. Anyway, that's funny. T thinks like I do. I was like, you'll see me laugh at T's comments. He's not being funny. I understand what he's saying, and to me, it's not that it's funny. It's sort of that it's maddening, and I'm laughing to numb the insanity. Well, anyways, he wrote, it's not excusing people. They should atone, put in work, prove they've changed. That's why I said recently about Archaics. I almost resubscribed to his channel because, dude, at the end of the day, he did do some evil, naughty shit. I gotta throw that on the tipping scale. I gotta throw on a bunch of other shit though too, and the rest of it goes on the right side. Okay, people do bad shit. At the end of the day, people do bad shit. I'm sure Derek did bad shit. I'm sure Steven did bad shit. I'm sure T's done bad shit. I've done bad shit. I did really bad shit. Not really bad shit. I mean, I fought a lot of her. Like, if I explained it to you, it would sound bad, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I never did like any vindictive or evil type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, there were 2 times in my life where I kind of helped bully, and I regret those times, but neither time the kid actually got hurt. It was very fun. If like, the time I was there with my buddy Mike and he was trying to put this kid in like a trash can. The trash can was completely empty and we were kind of just picking him up. We weren't doing anything serious. If Mike would actually started hurting the kid, I would have protected the kid. But, you know, there were 2 times in my life where I kind of like bullied kids. The other time was on the, this was very cruel what I did, but it was just, I actually, in a weird, I know it sounds silly, but in a weird way, I did it to defuse the situation. I know that sounds weird, but yeah, I basically had to bully a kid and humiliate him slightly to prevent him from getting ravaged by a bunch of savage animals. The people that were on the bus with us were not friendly people. Some of these people were in there because they killed people. Like, I was at a program. Again, I was in there because I sold weed. I wasn't a violent. Again, I had battery charge shit, but that's because I was around people that wanted to fight all the time. But there were people in there that were animals. I mean, one of the kids I was sort of buddies with. Anyway, I don't want to get into detail, but murder. You know, they did a lot of these are very violent thugs and shit. I don't know who this kid was. I don't know what he did, but he did not belong on that bus with us. And I knew if I muscled him in front of everybody and clowned him, then he's my boy to pick on, pretty much. And I never talked to him after that. Actually, thankfully, his mother took him out of the program, but I did bully him, sort of. I didn't hurt him, but I did humiliate him in front of everybody. I felt horrible about that, but anyways, he wrote, it's not excusing people. They should atone, put in the work, prove they've changed. It probably takes all of humanity working together. Dude, I would love that more than anything, to see humanity come together. That's really it. That's the answer to everything. Like, people say, oh, love's the answer. Well, if love brings us together, then love was the answer. But no, really, coming together is the answer. Humanity working together to accomplish anything. Hence, their division. To fight amongst ourselves is stupid. Even assholes and retards have some piece of knowledge or truth. Absolutely, dude. Go and watch Charles Manson interviews. Go and watch. I'm into psychology. He's fascinating to me, so it's easy for me to watch his interviews. Charles Manson says a lot of shit I agree with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think we should start like killing the elite and like mutilate or anyways, wait, what am I saying? I don't know why he did what he did. He started killing like Hollywood people. He didn't kill elites. He killed fucking like actresses and shit. But I don't know what he was trying to do. But if you listen to Charles Manson talk, you're going to agree with at least 50% of what he says. And he's done some horrible fucking shit. Even assholes and retards, yeah, have some sort of truth. And anybody, Hitler can have some truth to him if you listen to him long enough. We can't excuse all the fucking demonic shit though. He wrote, that's where the golden rule comes into play. And again, I don't even know if Hitler was demonic. Again, I'm speaking from normal history. Hitler may have just wanted to be left the fuck alone, and he was constantly being berated by a tyrannical, evil government. And had no choice but to do some of the things he did. Maybe. I don't know. Again, I wasn't there. I wasn't hanging out with him. But I do know that when I see him with his people, they loved him. He didn't have bodyguards protecting him. He was literally driving his car through the town. People were right next to him. He was walking with the people. These people were crying. They loved him. I ain't never seen I sort of seen it with Donald Trump. I seen that with Donald Trump. But I ain't never seen that with no other leader. I usually see a line of bodyguards protecting our leaders from the people. That's interesting. You're saying that all Germans were brainwashed? They were all stupid? They have one picture where all these Nazis are throwing up a ZKL and there's one guy with his arms crossed, which is cool. I can appreciate the anarchy mind of not conforming. But simultaneously, you're telling me all of those people crying, running to him, growling at his feet like they were all just evil and racist and he just brainwashed all of them? I don't think so. And when I listen, the speeches of Hitler's that I listened to, it's very difficult to find them too. He didn't seem like a violent man to me. It seemed like he was saying that he was extending his hand in peace, that he kept extending his hand in peace, and it was refuse, and not only refused, but they spit in his face and did this to damage him and did this and blah, blah. Again, the monsters that I am aware of are monsters. Say he's the evilest monster in the world. I almost don't believe it just based off that. But anyways, he wrote, treat all others as you'd want to be treated. All other human, plant, animal, rock, whatever. It's all consciousness anyways, right? It's all a frequency. Some people are in a low, hellish, sickly, molesty realm, often born in it. People can climb out of that, both victim and asshole abuser, but it's possible to change, except pedos based on science, although not likely. It's impossible to change somebody's sexual preference. That's impossible. If I was physically attracted to a child, there's nothing you can say that's going to change that. Imagine, I know T-Fetch is a straight guy. T-Fetch, imagine me coming up and trying to alter your sexuality. Not to the creepiness, just say to be gay. Or bisexual all of a sudden, assuming you aren't those things. I'm assuming you're a straight guy. It ain't going to work. It don't matter what I say, what I do. Maybe I can hypnotize you. You ain't going to wake up all of a sudden and go, oh, I want one of those things. You know, like, it just ain't going to work that way. So, no, I don't think people that are that way can be fixed. I think they should be locked up. They should be given access to VR equipment where they can do that. Again, I didn't make them that way. I'm aware that they're a monster. I also don't want them to suffer and be abused either. I would have them in a prison cell with a VR mask where they could sniff little kids all day until they die of old age. I wouldn't want them around no actual little kids though. T-Fetro, I don't think the minions or archons can change, but humans can. People are programmable. It's just reprogramming and changing frequencies. Change the personality ego monster. Kind of like bullies changing their ways after getting their asses handed to them once. Yeah, there's humiliation will do something to a person. If they've never experienced it, they were just always the taller kid, they were always the bigger kid, they were always the bully. They never got to feel, they never got a taste of their own medicine until they did. They didn't like that shit, right? People project their worst fears. Most bullies are bullying because they don't want to be bullied. He wrote, I don't like shills, rapists, abusers, pedos, etc., but that's their demons that need to be driven out of them. Knowing this reality, it would hide truth in those types. Just so we wouldn't search there. This is actually a point, this is a great comment. This is a point I was going to make about archaics. This is even a point I could make about Stephen. His fucked upness could be the realm really getting at him because he is a conscious, capable soul. The fucked upness of Archaics' past could be the realm getting at him when he was young and vulnerable, to then later discredit him, knowing what he was capable of. So yes, this is a great point that T-Fetch just made. But that's their demons that need to be driven out of them. Knowing this reality, it would hide truth in those types. You guys understand what he's saying? It would hide truth in people that have demons. Why do you have demons? Because they know how powerful you are. He wrote, just so we wouldn't search there or trust them. This is a great comment. He wrote, doesn't that sound like this reality to you? Based on what we know and have experienced in that backwards ass hellish dookie boy realm. I agree, T. This is, I don't want to say one of your best comments, but you know what I'm saying. It's a great comment. He wrote, is this a rant on forgiveness? I don't know. I guess only victims can forgive. I do think it's all draining as fuck. Dude, I want to say, T, I don't know why you just remind me saying that. Only victims can forgive. Everybody in this realm is a victim, dude. You know, if I had my brother Tom follow me around with my camera, and all I did in the video was walk up to people and say, excuse me, I was wondering if I could give you a hug. And if they were okay with it and they hugged me, they would break down and start crying. Most people are so broken that if you walked up to them, most people walking around are so broken that if you walked up to them and hugged them, they would probably break down and start crying. We're all victims in this reality. He wrote, this thought entered my mind yesterday. I don't know why I'm saying that, reminded me of that, but he wrote, I do think it's all draining as fuck, but my point is for anyone to seek to discredit or ruin people that are trying to share information is wrong unless they are truly lying, directly involved with lying and misinformation. I agree again. I'm just going to wait till the end, T, and tell you this was a great comment instead of telling you 10,000 times that you are trying to sit on the fence so they can't be held liable for anything that they say. Ultimately, I think we are all perfect when we are born, and this place fucking ruins us all. I agree. To leave, we probably need to go back to pre-ego programming. I think that's what we feel when we meditate deeply. It's like in the absence of all the life trauma. That's who you are. Like when you feel pure love, pure oneness, euphoria, like that's what you actually are, is this like pure love creature. But this realm's just contaminated you. I wrote, go back the way we came. If we are in a black hole, we're fucked regardless. Well, I don't feel like I'm in a black hole because I'm existing now. You would think if we were in a black hole, we'd be like being ripped apart and like particles would be separating them. Stephen C. wrote, on the topic of meditation you brought up here, that was a great comment, by the way, T, in case you didn't get the message. But Stephen C. wrote, on the topic of meditation you brought up here, can I make a video recommendation you might find validating / interesting to listen to? Stephen C., I meditated for years, brother. I know exactly how to meditate. I can meditate super deeply. If I take a quick tolerance break, I could probably meditate deeply now. I just don't give a fuck, to be honest with you, anymore. It does sort of bring me peace. It sort of makes me feel happier or whatever. It's like I kind of stopped searching for happiness. So I used to use meditation because I was so broken and depressed, man. It just gave me a break from the thought, the negative thought loops that my mind had created. You can call them demons. It doesn't matter. You can call them whatever you want. They are defeatable, though. You can defeat them. You can learn to let go. You can learn to forgive. This whole reality is about letting go. Absolutely. It wants you. It wants you to notice it from every angle, every perspective. Notice me, notice me, notice me, notice me, notice me. That's all it is. It's a little notice me child. You guys remember when I said this? I feel like it's a fucking little child nagging at me, pulling up my pant leg. Like, one on this side, the little dumb evil retard, and over this side we got the little dumb good guy retard. And these two retards are fighting over who's more important and who's good. And I'm stuck in between these two fucking mouth breathers. It's like, get the fuck off me, you little fucking retards. I'm sorry, guys. I'm ranting again, but I'm going to go ahead and cut this one off. I'll catch you guys on the next one.